Welcome back to TitanReach. If you wedge yourself into a corner, you can look at the inside of your head. Concerning. Anyways, I've done a bit more training and all sorts of skills. So we have a few new things we can check out today. First, let's look in the bank. We did some melee training to get 69 bear hide, apparently. We did some range to get feathers. We did some wood cutting to get arrow shafts. Made all the feathers and arrows, and now we have this many arrows. Survival got to 45. That's going to be something we're looking at today. We also finished up getting to 50 cooking. 591 Hagnesh. And then when I only needed cooking experience and just to kind of not have to run so far, we finished up with prawns. So now we have 1110 prawns. And lastly, did alchemy. Made 400 or so. There's like 300 something. Additional regeneration potions. So that should last us for quite a while. First thing I want to check out today is yabbies. Is the cage just really tiny? Nope. I don't think so. It's just invisible. What if you can see if you drop it on the ground? We're testing things. Let's move outside to the ground. Because sometimes things kind of go through the floor. But okay, let's try this. Drop a yabby cage. Nope. It's just invisible. That's fine. Let's see what's in the shop today. Whole bunch of stuff. All kinds of stuff. There's some yabbies. Whole bunch of potions. Yep. Standard. Okay. So, if we want to get yabbies, where should we go? Let's filter by yabby. Okay. So we got two options, basically. We've got over here, or over here. This one's maybe a bit closer. Yeah, it depends on the terrain. You have to go... With this one, you can just take this path. That's probably simpler to get to that one. Also, as a bonus of this location of yabbies, there's a fire right next to it. Whether or not that actually matters is another question, but that's probably where we're gonna head. So, out of town. Past the coal. Basically, all the way towards that first little fishing hut area along the coast here. Now, the thing about yabbies that's slightly different than other fish is that the burnt ones are actually useful for one of the higher level potions. So we might want to keep the burnt ones, maybe drop the cooked ones, or sell raw, or purposely use the burnt yabby cooking option. Not sure what the best strategy going for this is. Because it's quite the trek. It's quite the trek. They're cooking. In the fish and supplies, we got... There's some raw yabbies in here. There's some cooked yabbies on the ground. So it looks like they are cooking and dropping yabbies. Fishing spots down here. Okay, catch raw yabbies. Like a lobster, but totally not. Fair. Okay. So this is fishing yabbies. We're just so far away from the bank. Like, let's compare to how far away it was to fish Hagnesh. Let's get this open. Okay. So yabbies are over here. So we basically have to walk up back to the bank over here. Meanwhile, Hagnesh was around here and then down the waterfall. That's a lot further. If you're just going to either sell the raws or cook and drop, is a pretty solid choice. I'm not entirely sure what the best way to go about this would be. And it's not like we're short on fish right now. We got literally thousands. I don't know. And also there's no more fish or... Why are raw yabbies dropping? Maybe I got stuck in something weird there. Yeah, let's jump. It's a bit of a trek to come up to this fire. Okay. So we have two options here. At level 10, we could just burn all the yabbies. Or we could try to cook some yabbies. I mean, I think I would bank both of them anyways, so trying to cook them and then burning a whole bunch is probably the best bet here. Yabbies. Oh, the number's going down. I think we might be lagging or something. Look at that number go down. This is problematic. I can't. Campfire. Yabbies. That's new. That's a new one. Let's try 3. Okay. Bizarre. Cookie yabby. We've got 50 cooking. I'm going to try to restart and see if that works. Okay, I'm back down here. So apparently we were just having problems there for a little bit. Let's get back up to the fire and try this again. Yabbies. 30 of them. Look at that. It's doing the thing with the bar, and we're getting experience, and we're burning stuff. This is more like it. as I was saying, there are no further things to fish or cook at this point, so coming over here to fish the yabbies is more of a exercise in collecting yabbies and burnt yabbies. And I guess levels and stuff. Probably going to focus more on either the skills that actually have more unlocks or doing stuff to make money for the super expensive sword. And I guess we could buy a potato too, but I don't know, maybe this stuff's worth something. It's just such a long way to the bank. So, we may or may not end up fishing a whole bunch of yabbies. Either way. It may look like all hope is lost, but this specimen has hidden potential. Yep. Surprisingly doesn't taste like lobster. Fascinating. I mean, we already know it's not a lobster, for real. There you go. Alright. This is how long it takes to get back to the bank. It'll be interesting to see how everything progresses with new areas where you might have better resources, better locations. Like, surely the next town over, you might have better resources, lower level resources closer to the bank, more dangerous locations. I don't know. Well, we got some yabbies though. Nice. Next up on my list of things I wanted to do today. Yes. That was like one word. Let's try that again. Next up, on the list of things that I want to do today, we got level 30 ranged. So I think that means we can make a willow shortbow. Presumably that's better than the oak in some way. Even if it just looks different. So here we got... Yep, willow shortbow, 45. So we just barely got that for making all of our arrow shafts and arrows and such. There we go. Willow shortbow. It's got a good price on that. It could be a decent moneymaker. The willow trees aren't too far away. Let's see what we get when we put a bowstring on it. I think that's a big profit. Alright, one piece of flax, that's fine. Yeah, 200. There was talks about a value rebalance of things, so everything could change at any moment. Early access. Make the bowstring. And now it is still 200. It's got the same, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same stats as the other bows. I think the longbows are slower and presumably further range, but for the most part that doesn't seem to matter. Between things just walking up towards you anyways, armor seemingly being fine, and things having a maximum range that they can wander away before they just reset. I don't know that long range really matters too much. Yeah, see, these are just exactly the same, but 4 times the price. Sure. That's fine. Oak short bow looks like. A bow. A little short bow looks like. Ooh, it's got a fancy handle. That's pretty good. I like that. Neat. Looks like it might be larger, too. Yeah. Interesting. We're just over here, firing nothing. Okay. I suppose we can wield it. Actually, we're gonna want the sword. And we'll put the willow shortbow in here. We can just sell the oak one. Don't need that anymore. There may or may not be any benefits, but there's no drawbacks, so. New bow acquired. Okay. So we got a new bow. Went to the new fish and stuff. So, next up, we got 40 alchemy. That allows us to make a new potion. And this potion uses bones. Very spooky. So I'm gonna make this first inventory here. Okay. So this is the first potion that does not use mushrooms. That's a bit different. I suppose it couldn't just all be mushrooms, but also there's no option to bury bones or anything, so bones currently only use is to make potions. And specifically, ranging potions. Those could probably help quite a bit. With arrows being consumable, any boost to your range will probably give you a pretty good return of not having to use quite as many arrows, perhaps. Better accuracy means less wasted ammo. Yep, that's the idea. Now we have to discuss, where do bones come from? We got those first 5 bones during the community event where we picked up a whole bunch of skeleton drops. But that's not available right now. Let's grab out some potions here. We're close to the bank, so we can just use our less dosed potions. Bones come from combat, but none of the things that we fought so far. They only come from guards. And elite guards. These guys have a very interesting drop table. Instead of the same things every time, actually get a little bit of variety here. Let us pot up a little bit. Kinda want to fight 2 at the same time. Looks like they have sword speed attack. That's slightly problematic. 10 coins. Oh, just 2 hit that guy. 10 coins. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to really dodge archers as well. That one dropped bones. This one dropped a yabby. So I guess that's a different way to get yabby than just going and fishing yabby. More coins. Copper arrowheads, 5. Ouch. My body. Still working through our perch. There's some more bones. Yeah, I can see how fighting these guys would probably be better with the sword. Just so you could match attack speeds with them. Because our sword is slower. There's a Yabby cage. That's not the best drop I've ever seen. Don't know if you can dodge the archer. That's a big question. Because if you can, that'd make that feel a little more safer. Dexterity level. On the plus side, they're not aggressive. So you can get away with getting the first shot in. Alright. Definitely going to want to figure out their attack patterns better before I go and fight any of the elite guards. Okay, so they drop bones some of the time. Doesn't feel particularly efficient. They do drop some other things that we might want. And we're close to a bank, so that's always a good thing. Let's try a little bit more at these guards here. I think the two-hander is really a problem here. I have to like 2 of their hits before we can get a hit in. Ooh, that's really good. A steel ingot. That's a very nice drop. That's arrowheads is what that is. Oh, we're too close. We cut the tree. F. Oh, don't stand so close together. That's problematic for me. Kind of don't want to have to fight 2 of you at the same time. Oh, we messed it up now. Ow. There's a strategy here, somewhere. We dodge the archers. Not entirely sure. Gets too close. Gen. Bones. Then we got strength level. We just repot. Something like that. It's definitely not the most graceful. I'm not sure how good their aim is. Yeah, it looks like they do have the slightly faster attack speed. It makes things difficult pros and cons of the various combat styles, I suppose. Well, combat styles being weapon types, I suppose, in this case. Yeah, they have faster attacks. Doing a lot of damage. Another steel ingot. Very cool. All the misses is not helping either. If we... Yeah, with the two-handed we kind of have to hit them, lure them out for another attack, and then go in for another attack. Because if we go in immediately, we'll just get hit again. Which, of course, is not ideal. So second inventory, we got a whole bunch of Yabby cages, which is not great. As much as it's worth 5, it's actually worth less. So we're gonna have to sell those to stores. We could... I don't think it would be worth carting the Yabby cages to the fishing store for additional profit. So that's how you get bones. Not ideal. I think with our current setup, I would more prefer to not fight the guards. I guess if I got myself if I made myself a steel sword, that might be beneficial here. That's a possibility. Few levels here. Probably gonna focus mostly on bears still. As far as what I want to do for alchemy experience here, we could fight the guards, get all their other various drops too, which are, there's some good stuff in there. The steel ingot especially is really nice. But as far as alchemy XP is concerned, not the best. Would still want to get a few ranged potions though. The next one isn't until level 50. If we look at our experience for cooking, that's around 98,000-ish. And we're currently at 38,000. So we need to get like 60,000 alchemy XP somehow to get to the next potion there. I don't know if bones is going to be the answer to that. We'll have to see. Yeah, we got some more ranging potions. As far as potion value is concerned, we got 40, 60, 75, 100, 80. These are 120. These are some higher level potions that we picked up off the ground somewhere. Those are 200. Not exactly sure what we're gonna end up doing for various things. We have more copper arrowheads here, so we can make more copper arrows, I guess. Interesting. So, that's where bones come from. Also from these guys, but my goodness. Yeah, they have also got swords. We would definitely want swords to fight them. I think everyone I've seen fighting the elite guards has been very effectively going back and forth with the same speed sword, so I guess that's another benefit of getting the higher level sword. It's basically the same damage per second as the great sword here, but it's also a sword. So that's got benefits. The daggers just seem Currently too weak to really consider for that, though, so. I think we're good. Probably going to mostly focus on getting all the bear hides that I need to get myself a full set of bear equipment. Bear leather. Maybe do some wood cutting. Yeah, the willow logs are only 70, and then the unstrung bows were 200. That's pretty good. 200 and then sold to the store. Man, that's not bad. And I don't think we're gonna need these bows for fires anymore. Maybe I'll just go make myself a whole bunch of bows. Even though the oak logs are at 70 still. Wonder if making the unstrung bows is worth it for that. Let's have a test, shall we? I'll make ourselves... Let's make one oak short bow. And then some long bows. So this one's only worth 40. This one's only worth 50. So that's just survival experience right there. I'll take some survival experience, that's fine. And I don't think that stringing them is really worth the time. Because you have to go and pick flax, and then you have to string the flax, and then have to use it on it. Although I think unstrung bows are probably the way to go there. Yeah, survival 46. We need 50 for the longbow, and then 60 and 65. Oof, that's a lot. If we just, like, chopped willows and then made them into short bows here. It seems like the longbow is more than the short bows. That's another thing to consider. I might want to make all my arrows first, and then we would be able to make the longbows. Yeah, that's a possibility. So I'm probably going to do a significant amount of combat here to get all the bear hides via melee, and then all the feathers via range. In between the guards dropping copper arrowheads and steel ingots, they make even more arrows with that, so. That sounds like a plan. Still plenty of stuff to do. We can get ourselves up to survival, I think it was 50. We can make more money from the woodcutting. Because we still do have another tree. And yet again, there seems to be a tree missing. Because the cherry was at level 50, so. Mostly gonna be combat here, though. Probably not gonna do too much more mining, really. I guess all these ingots is gonna help forging even get higher. Doesn't help too much with metallurgy, though. Yeah. Another thing to consider once more things have drop tables. So I'm gonna go fight a whole bunch of bears and chickens, make some arrows, all that kind of jazz. I will see you next time. Goodbye.